Hello guys and girls and other fine folks of the world. It is a random acorn again, and today we are doing another armor. Oh my god, no, not armor. Today we are doing another Men of War Assault Squad 2 myth busting episode. Now, it's going to be quite an interesting episode. As you can see, I haven't really made much. I just made a 200 by 200 map, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 stations, 7 random little dioramas I've made, which have different tests on them. So, what we're going to do is we're going to test them out, and we're going to see what happens. So, as you can see, we have a certain part of the physics of this game, and we will check just a couple of things in the video. In this video, a couple of things like a reality check, see if this game is actually real or not. The bits that are real, the bits that are not real. And yeah, that's basically what we're going to be doing. So, without further ado, let's go! So our first test will be this here. These are a load of fuel trucks, as you can see. Now, what should happen is, if I was to throw an AT grenade at these, one of them would blow up and cause a chain reaction along all of them here, and they should all blow up one by one. But, I don't know if that will happen. I'm going to check if it does. Hopefully this won't make me look like a retard. So, let's do it. Let's see if it blows up. Here we go. And what do you know? Smoke rises from the ashes, and it looks like, so it is possible to cause a chain reaction with fuel tanks, basically, in this game. So that adds for a good tactical advantage, I guess. We knew we could blow up one, but we didn't know we could blow up, like, them in a row. So that's really quite good, actually. And that could be used in a good attack, maybe, if you only have a couple of people. So yeah, that was a successful challenge. So, realism versus not realism. Realism is 1-0 up. Right, so our next station is this one here. This is a little mini forest I've made, and we have a flamethrower. Now, what should happen is that if I was to flamethrower a certain bit down here, then what should happen is all of these trees around here should be set alight, because of how the forest is built. So, we're going to try it and see if this actually happens. So, I'm just going to go burn random places and see if it does it, okay? There we go, we're burning. Quite a lot is on fire. The fire is somewhat spreading, as we can see, destroying some of the leaves here. Not much spreading going on though, as you can see, just burning the things that I burnt. So what we're going to do now is to test it out again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring all of the foliage in a bit more, to see if it will spread then. And I'm going to just blowtorch a tiny piece of it, which is here, and see if it spreads now. Hopefully it will. And there we go, that it is spreading. We can see it spreading in this area, so maybe if we blowtorch a tiny bit more, just here, then hopefully it will spread. So as we can see from here, the foliage needs to be in a very compact space in order to actually, like, be set alight. So as you can see, this one's a bit over on its own, and it's not really getting much heat, so it's not being set alight. But if they are in close quarters, then they will burn. So that's, I guess we'll give that to realism. So that's realism at 2-0 now. Right, so our next test is, we have some AP shells. 77mm AP shells to be exact. And what we're going to do is we're going to fire a bullet at it, and we're going to see if they explode. So that one didn't explode. Let's try another one. Completely missed there. Might need to hit the tip. So I've hit the tip there, and it looks like it's gone up in flames when I hit the tip. But then again, I hit the tip there, and it didn't blow up. So why is that happening? Why didn't it blow up? Alright, so I hit the tip there again, and it blew up. So maybe if I hit the bit here, it won't blow up. Oh, no, it does. Right, so ammo actually explodes, strangely enough. So you could actually create quite a good explosion with the ammo, I suppose, which is a very good feature in this game. So that makes it even more realistic. So what we can do is we can actually set up, we can actually set up like ambushes using old tank shells. So that might be a good idea for, like, those missions in Men of War Assault Squad where you've only got a couple of men and you're on your own waiting for backup to arrive. That might be a good strategy, considering they roll down hills as well. So you could just shoot it, might roll down the hill, and then it'll explode. Great. And I think what you can do is you can put a match on it, and it will actually explode as well. So we'll try that in another time, though. So here we have our third station, or our fourth station, and it's going to be a very simple one. All we got to do is shoot the dynamite. Will it explode? Will it not? So as we can see, the dynamite did explode, which means realism is 4-0 up. Right, so now we're getting into the tough part here. This is a house here, and it's a destructible house. And what we're going to do is we're going to drive these guys up to here in our 5th station, and they are going to crash into the side just about here. So that's in perfect positioning. What we're going to do now is we're going to go into F3 mode, and we're going to go into service, and we're going to go into damage, and we're going to go into explosion. And we're going to see if they can be crushed by rubble. This will be an interesting one, so let's see how it goes. So the story is, even if there is a collapse of this building here, then there will be a created, like, it will just destroy it anyway. So I guess that's not very realistic. Then again, it is an explosion, but I don't think the explosion would actually destroy the whole vehicle. So maybe it's not that realistic, but as you can see, the vehicle has been very much destroyed, so there's not really much left of it. But anyway, who do I give the point to? I'd give the point to... I'm not going to give the point to realism. I'm going to give the point to non-realism just because it exploded and it didn't get thrown back. So yeah, and also the test didn't really go the way I wanted it to go because of that. So I'm going to give it to non-realism, so therefore 1 up. Right, into our penultimate test here, we have a car which is going to park just over the level crossing that we have here, this level crossing. And what we're going to do is we're going to drive a train into it, and a train, in theory, should destroy this, hopefully. So we're going to check if it does now. Here we go. Will it destroy it? It will. So there you have it. A train will destroy a car, strangely enough. But what I'm asking is, will it destroy a tank? And a heavy tank is of that. See if that happens. So we need to go into a free mode. So we have a Chi-Ri here on the battleground, and we're going to see if this will survive from a train backing into it. So let's try it now. So as we can see, the train is being held up by this tank. And the tank only shuffles over a bit, so this might have something to do with the mass of it. So yeah, it can destroy certain things if the mass is bigger than the locomotive, and the Chi-Ri is obviously heavier than the locomotive, causing it to not be pushed too much. Right, into our final test here, we're going to be testing the turning physics of a train and the decline and incline physics of a train, and to see if they can go under a bridge. This will be an interesting one here. Let's see if it can get under the bridge. I don't think it will. I think it'll go over the top probably, because that's just how it's scripted. So let's try it. Just kind of goes down like a car, but we're approaching the bridge now. What will happen? And it just... Oh my god. Okay, right. I was not expecting that. What? Why the hell did that happen? What's going on? Well, the train's real screwed now. What a strange turn of events that is. Just a train just blowing up. Not even blowing up, just flipping out. That's really, really weird. But anyway, that is the end of this video. A nice little physics test. Hopefully you've learned something today. Maybe if you want to buy the game, because the game's so broken, or maybe if you want to. But anyway, that was the end of the video now, because that's the last thing I wanted to do. So, hope you've enjoyed. A little bit of a changing video there. More myth busting on the way. All very, very obscure things though, but very, very interesting as well. Got a couple of maps lined up for you. Have a nice day. Don't die. And I will see you later.